Well, hello and welcome to Bethnal Green, London. It's the York Hall, one of British boxing iconic venues. They've all been here, Calzaghe, Ban, Eubank, you name it. Countless others have shed blood, sweat and tears in this East End institution. And tonight, it's the British Lionhearts versus the USA Knockouts. Well, we reach a crucial part of this professional boxing league, and the team to watch out for are the Astana Arlands, who top Group B, which of course is the pool that the British Lionhearts are boxing in. But the Lionhearts currently lie in third position with a 3-2 win to lose rate. So far they're on track to make the playoffs and the quarterfinals. Well, delighted to have our resident expert in the commentary box, former world super middleweight champion Richie Woodall joins us. Richie, this is a crucial match for the British boys, aiming to maintain that home match unbeaten record.
Yes, they got beat last time against Ukraine, so they need a good performance here tonight, and we've got a couple of good boxers that are involved here, so I'm expecting a good performance from them. They're on home soil.
Installments of the World Series of Boxing. We should begin a quick... British Lionhearts, this is the
Hello and welcome to Bethnal Green in London and the iconic boxing venue, the York Hall. The British Lionhearts take on the US Knockouts, looking to maintain their unbeaten home record in this professional team boxing competition. Calzaghe, Ben, Eubank, Lewis and countless others have shed blood, sweat and tears in this East End institution, and tonight it is the home of the WSB. Well, the Kazakhstan team, the Astana Arlans, top the table in Group B, but the British Lionhearts lie third, and a win here against the USA Knockouts, who have yet to win a match in this competition, will confirm that the Lionhearts, I should say, make the playoffs. Well, joining myself, Nick Fullers, in the commentary box, former super middleweight world champion Richie Woodhull. Richie, we've got some fantastic bouts for our viewers here tonight, and the Lionhearts have got that unbeaten track record here on home soil to live up to.
Yeah, they box very well at home, I'll say that for the British Lionhearts, but they had a bad result last time out against the Ukraine, being beaten 4-1, but we've got some good performers in Andrew Selby, John Nevin, Joe Ward, Joe Joyce, and we've got an overseas boxer, Kopo Arrow, as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a good night for the British Lionhearts.
Let's get a rundown of the boxers in action tonight with our MC for the evening, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the legendary York Hall here in Bethnal Green, East London, this is the latest instalment of the World Series of Boxing. The contestants for the first contest in the middleweight division are currently having their hands wrapped, so we shall introduce the remaining competitors. Firstly, representing the USA Knockouts, hailing from France, our first contestant tonight, to be introduced, Dauda So. And opposing him, representing the British Lionhearts, hailing from Ireland, Joe Nevin. Our next competitor, representing Ireland and the USA Knockouts, presenting Michael Conlon. And opposing him, hailing from Wales, proudly representing the British Lionhearts, Andrew Selby. Hailing originally from Pula, Croatia, proudly representing the USA Knockouts this evening, Marko Palic. And opposing him, proudly hailing from Ireland and representing the British Lionhearts, Joe Ward. And in the heavyweight division, hailing from Los Angeles, California, representing the USA Knockouts, Avery Gibson. And proudly representing his home city, Putney, London, from the British Lionhearts, Joe Joyce.
Well, as our expert in the commentary box, Richie Woodhull, has pointed out some mouth-watering competitions this evening. I am really looking forward to see these two bantamweights, Selby from Wales, Conlon from Ireland, two Olympians that were very closely matched in their last bout. But of course it will be the middleweights that get the action underway, with new boy on the block, Arrow from Estonia, boxing for the British Lionhearts up against Jeffrey Camp of the USA Knockouts. Let's go back to Michael Pass, our MC in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first contest this evening. 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the middleweight division at 73 kilograms. Presenting and representing the USA Knockouts, Jeffrey Camp.
Well, Richie, interesting. Jeffrey Camp, this American southpaw, late start to the sport of boxing, never really got going till 18 years of age, and perhaps the toughest thing for the Americans here tonight, they're yet to win a match, and this young lad had a TKO in the 5th round in his first baptism of fire to professional boxing in the WSB.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough competition, you know, even amateur boxing, professional boxing, this is a pro competition, 5 rounds, and it's tough, and the Americans haven't won yet, so, but you know, records are there to be broken. This kid's got it tough, but he's a southpaw, he will be awkward, and I'm looking forward to seeing this lad, because I've heard some good things about him, so let's see how he goes.
And presenting, hailing originally from Estonia, proudly representing the British Lionhearts, Capo Aro.
Now, this young lad has really got to make his mark here tonight. First time we've seen the Estonian box for the British Lionhearts, Richie. Not easy when you're having to step in for a man such as Freddie Evans, who's down with the flu, we believe. Yeah, that's right. It's very disappointing that Fred Evans can't be boxing tonight, got the flu. That's just one of those things. So this fella's, we brought this fella in, he's come over, you know, he says he's up for it and he's going to grasp it with both hands. And we're on home soil and he's got all the home support behind him. So, yeah, this should be a good one. And the Estonians have good boxers in their country. And this fella, hopefully, is going to carry on with that tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first contest is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the middleweight division at 73 kilograms. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue colour shorts trimmed with white. Tonight he takes part in his 2nd contest within the World Series of Boxing. He comes to the ring this evening as a USA Youth Champion. Presenting from Dayton, Ohio, representing the USA Knockouts, presenting Jeffrey Camp. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red colour shorts trimmed with white. Tonight is his proud WSB debut. He comes to the ring as the national champion of Estonia and proudly representing the British Lionhearts this evening, Capo Aro. The supervisor in charge this evening is Mr. Helmut Rans from Frankfurt, Germany. Judges at ringside, Jean-Robert Lang from France, Roland Johas from Hungary, René Just from Slovakia. Timekeepers Mick Button and Brian Ewan. Finally, when the action commences, the referee in charge of the action is Mr. Alan Roos from Finland. 5 3-minute rounds.
Well, Richie, it doesn't take a boxing expert to realise that the first bout of this match is crucial for both teams, perhaps more so for the Americans away from home. Haven't won a match throughout 5 weeks of this fantastic professional boxing series, but also a lot of pressure on Capo making his debut for the Lionhearts tonight.
Yeah, pressure on both of them, and obviously Arrow's up against this southpaw, this American southpaw that a few people have been talking about, so you'll have to try and suss him out in that opening round. But it was funny because I actually visited the British Lionhearts hotel just before, a couple of hours before, and he was having some beans on toast, the lad was. So I thought it was quite funny. It brought back memories, actually.
Yes, exactly. Those beans can produce champions. Now, it's going to be a tough tactical bout, this, for Capo Aro in the red shorts for the British Lionhearts, the Americans wearing blue. That southpaw, he's got to watch very carefully that right hand, Richie.
Yes, indeed, yeah, he nearly walked onto a right hook there. So Aro, yeah, he knows he's got to get close to his man, just falls short with that right hand, you see. So straight away, the tactics are to try and get up close to this southpaw, put a bit of pressure on him, but at the same time, just got to watch out for that right hook as he's coming forward.
Break.
So as our MC, Michael Parsons, pointed out, we have 5 3-minute rounds in this professional boxing league. And the British Lionhearts looking to maintain their unbeaten home record here. So good to see the WSB at the York Hall in Bethnal Green. But now the boys in red, white and blue need to live up to that impressive home record. And some good shots from the American here, Jeffrey Camp.
Yeah, I spoke about Arrow trying to get close to Camp, but if anything, his feet are a little bit too slow, so he's just got to quicken the feet up a little bit. Certainly the pace is suiting Camp, and he's starting very well, bringing his opponent onto the punches, and that's mainly because Arrow's got those slow feet. Camp can see him coming, and he's bringing him onto that right hook, straight left hand, and there it is again, combination.
Minute left in the first round, and the American so far seems to be having the best of it. But let's see the Estonian boxing for the Lionhearts settle his nerves now, go about his business, try and get that foot inside so he can work to the body of Jeffrey Camp.
See, that's just a little bit better there. Oh, walks onto a shot. It was just a... No, it was okay, a little bit of a slip. It was just Arrow there, just boxing a little bit better because he managed just to close that gap down, didn't he? When he's staying at range there, then he's being picked off. So he's got to get up close to him. And he just had a little bit of success earlier on there. Oh, nasty cut. Nasty cut above the right eye of Camp. That's unfortunate. That may have been a clash of heads.
Well, as you quite rightly say, Richie, the knockouts corner is right in front of our commentary position. That is a deep cut to the left eye, to the right eye, I should say, of the American boxer.
The blood's running into the eye, remember, so that can impair his vision a little bit. And now tactics may change. He might really go for a stoppage here. Camp to try and finish his man. And likewise, Arrow now going forward.
10 seconds in this first round. Unfortunate clash of heads means a serious cut to the American. But Arrow must take advantage. There's the first round. And there'll be some frenetic work to the eye of young Jeffrey Camp. Looks absolutely gutted as he sits in the corner.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there because I thought Arrow did enough to actually win that round. But that is a bad cut there. I think their corner are actually going to call the ref over here.
Let's take a close look. Richie, there's the head
clash.
Arrow. Yeah,
a definite head clash there. Not, you know, it wasn't deliberate. It was an accidental head. But watch as they come forward there. Look, it's 6-1, isn't it? You know, just one of those situations. I think that their corner have actually called the doctor into the corner. They're obviously concerned because the blood's going to be going into his eye. If they can't stop that bleeding, then, you know, he may have to stop this contest. But I think the cornerman up to this stage has done a pretty good job on that cut. It's whether he can stop that flow of blood.
Well, it's a unanimous 10-9 point score, pro 10-9 point score we use here, and all three judges are giving Kaupo Arrow a 10-9. And, well, the referee just making absolutely sure here that the doctor is happy to continue. First round has gone to the British Lionheart boxer, Kaupo Arrow, the Estonian, representing the United Kingdom, or the British team for the first time this season, stepping in for Freddie Evans, the Welsh Olympian, a little sick and down and out with the flu. And just an unfortunate, and we say unfortunate, clash of heads. Both boxers coming forwards at the same time. And Jeffrey Camp now, Richie, has no choice but to try and put some big punches and try and end it here.
Yeah, I think so. That's what he's doing. He's starting to hold his feet a little bit more and plant his feet, should I say. And that means he's throwing bigger shots, heavier punches. Look, that's a bad cut. This has got to be stopped, in my opinion. The blood is, again, flowing into the eye. It's just in an awful position. If it was below the eye, it would be running down the cheek. That's totally different, isn't it? But if it's running into the eye, then you've got to think of the boxer's safety here. And that's a bad cut.
We can have a clear view from our commentary position here. We can see the doctor shaking his head, and it looks like it will be a stoppage in the second round, just off 2 minutes in. No, referee says continue. Now, Kaupo Arrow just needs to be careful here because Jeffrey Camp is looking for a big punch here. But good shots from the British Lionhearts.
That was a super shot there, that left hook from Arrow, and that's what obviously he's looking at, working on that cut with his left hand, and that was a perfect shot. Camp here has really got to go for it. He's got to try and get his man out of there, bring him onto those heavier punches, that right hook especially, and that straight left hand.
Gone halfway in the second round. Many thought this competition would have been stopped by now, but This is a professional boxing league, and the doctor still feels that Jeffrey Camp can box on, and Kaupo Arrow himself covered in the blood of the American. Once again, there's a great shot from one of our cameramen picking up the close-up there, and I don't see this going to the third, Richie.
Not at all. I mean, I don't know what the doctor's looking at here. I mean, he's obviously a lot closer to it than us, but if you can't stop the blood running into the eye, he has no... There you go, it's all over.
Well, in his WSB debut, Kaupo Arrow for the British Lionhearts, former Estonian national champion, has stopped the fight and has beaten Jeffrey Camp. They've got no luck, the Americans, yet to win their first match, and this is just very unfortunate, Richie, as we see the slow-mo again.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It's just an accidental clash of heads as he's coming forward, Arrow. Look, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and very unfortunate. I actually thought that Camp won the first round. I mean, that is a terrible cut, nasty, horrible cut that is, with the blood rush. Because they couldn't stop the blood actually going into the eye. The referee and the doctor had no alternative there. Yeah, but the Americans, no luck at all in this competition so far, certainly not in this contest.
Well, let's hope they have better luck with the rest of their 4 bouts. But it's all smiles for Kaupo Arrow, as we said at the beginning of this fight. And middleweight bout that the Estonians stepping in pretty much at the last minute for Freddie Evans, the Welsh Olympic medalist, and delighted to have got that first WSB bout out of the way and with a win.
Yeah, he's won it. You know, at the end of the day, any win's a good win if you're in that ring. But it was just shaping up nice, wasn't it? Because Arrow, different styles. Arrow's on the front foot, trying to close that gap down. I thought Camp better on that back foot and bringing his opponent onto shot. So he's just shaping up into a tasty contest. But, you know, that's one of those things. That's boxing for you.
So this is the easiest of decisions for Michael Pass with our result of the opening bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the contest has been stopped after 1 minute and 14 seconds of round number 2 due to an accidental injury. Jeffrey Camp having sustained a laceration above the right eyebrow. Therefore, we have to go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges are in full agreement, the scorecards being 2 rounds, 2018, 2018, 2018, with the winner representing British Lionhearts, giving them a 1-0 victory in this first contest, Kaupo Arrow.
Well, I'm sure this young lad's coach will also be happy, because the judges had scored him ahead of the American. Yeah. He was a little bit nervous with the opening exchanges, particularly with the southpaw. As you say, Richie, he got on the front foot, made the angles, got inside the southpaw, and still was the better man with the better point score.
Well, yeah, according to the judges, he was. I actually felt for the American there. He jumped out of the ring. You're very, very disappointed, wasn't he? But there you go. He's done his job. He got on the front foot. He knew he had to close that gap down, which he did. And he's got the benefit of the judges.
You saw this contest ending. What was your version of it?
You know, I like it was a win for me, but that's not the right way. I wanted to win it fairly, you know.
We understand that, Kaupo. Very difficult night for Kaupo, but he gives the British Lionhearts a 1-0 lead. Kaupo Arrow, thank you.
Well, Richie, a real sportsmanly, saying that he wanted to go the full 5 rounds, wanted to prove himself, but it was just one of those unfortunate things that we've seen many times in the world of boxing before.
I mean, he probably felt that he had the measure of his opponent. He was starting to get to him. He was taking a few risks. He was taking a few shots here and there, but he felt he could get to his opponent. That was a lovely left hook there that he caught him with late on. And, yeah, it was just shaping up, wasn't it? And I think he was very confident that he was going to get to his man. There was a perfect example there of him closing that gap down, short left hook there just over the right hand of his opponent, and he's got it, he's won it. At the end of the day, the British Lionhearts are 1 up.
Well, very much early days, as we said right at the beginning of our broadcast. It's important that the Lionhearts take the win here tonight. They've got their eyes firmly set on making the playoffs, where there's a home and an away match in the playoffs. They seem to be strong at home. Possibly we haven't fielded our best teams when we've boxed away. Is that a tactic from Rob McCracken, the director of coaching for the British Lionhearts, Richie?
I think Rob McCracken's got to be fair with the whole squad, to be quite honest, and you can't just keep on throwing out the same lads all the time, because they're in a tough training programme, and these bouts take it out of him at the end of the day. We've got a big squad, and he likes to rotate the squad and keep the squad happy, and that's what we do. Some we win at home, some we lose away. That's just the way things are, but I think McCracken's very fair in giving the lads a chance at the end of the day.
So we're really looking forward to seeing John Joe Nevin in action, who will be up next in his lightweight bout against the Frenchman, Daudo Sau.
Thank you, Sweeney, for keeping the crowd entertained in your own inimitable fashion. This second contest is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the lightweight division at 61 kilograms. Presenting from France, representing the USA Knockouts, Daudo Sau.
Well, this will be the first of two very interesting bouts that we were chatting about before we came live on air, Richie. This young lad, or, well, not so young now, 27 years of age, but an Olympic silver medalist in Beijing back in 2008, up against John Joe Nevin, an Olympic silver medalist in 2012. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I remember Sau boxing in Beijing. He actually fought a fella called Alexei Tishchenko in the final. I think he was as a lightweight. Yeah, and he got beat against a very good Russian, Tishchenko, but he won a silver medal. He had a great tournament. He's gone on as a pro now and had 12 professional contests and won them all. So yeah, there's a big future. Come back now to WSB, and so he's had a good experience of the professional game, having the 12 bouts, so he's very, very confident in doing the distance, going the rounds. He's probably the most experienced man here.
Well, he's got a lot to prove, because he lost when the knockouts met the Ukrainian Ottomans. So he's won his first match in the WSB, but again, another tricky customer for the British Lionheart boxer, because another southpaw out of the American knockout team.
Yeah. And they're a nightmare, trust me, the southpaws. I used to hate them. They're awful.
And hailing from Ireland, proudly representing the British Lionhearts, John Joe Nevin.
Well, a very popular character, John Joe Nevin, from County Westmeath, out of the Cavan Boxing Club, coached by Brian McCowan, and silver medalist at London 2012, beat by Britain's Luke Campbell, also a World Championship bronze medalist. He was at the Olympics in 2008 when Sau took that silver, but he was only 18 years of age then, the younger of the two by 4 years. But for me, Richie, John Joe Nevin's confidence seems to grow every time he boxes in the World Series of Boxing this season.
Yeah, experienced campaigner, had a fantastic Olympic Games. I've said it many times that his performance in the semis against Alvarez, the Cuban, when he beat the Cuban, I thought was the performance of the tournament by any boxer. He was an underdog, and the way he schooled the Cuban, there's not many Cubans that get outboxed, and Nevin outboxes Cuban Alvarez. It was a terrific performance, and he's very, very confident. The only thing I have about John Joe Nevin is that was obviously at 56 kg. This is 61. It's 5 kilos above his Olympic weight. You know, that's a big ask, and he's got to perform well here tonight. This is a tough contest for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the lightweight division at 61 kilos. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue colour shorts trimmed with white. He hails from the professional ranks where he has a perfect, unblemished record consisting of 12 contests, 12 wins. In the WSB, this is his second contest. He comes to the ring hailing from France, and at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, he struck a magnificent silver medal. Representing proudly the USA Knockouts, Daudo Sau. And opposing him Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red-coloured shorts trimmed with white. This season, this is his second contest in the WSB. At last year's London Olympics 2012, he also struck a magnificent silver medal. Presenting from Ireland and proudly representing the British Lionhearts, John Joe Nevin. Referee in charge of the action, Renny Juice from Slovakia. 5 3-minute rounds.
Good gentlemen, with your head, elbow, elbow. No holding, please. At your laps. Good luck, both of you.
Well, the most beautiful story about these two boxers, both of them Olympic silver medalists in their careers to date, is that they may be boxing in the WSB professional team competition. They're pro boxers, but they keep their Olympic status. Both of these guys could be back in action in Rio 2016, going for gold, Richie.
Yeah, very much so.
So the golden boy of Irish boxing, boxing for the British Lionhearts here tonight, is in the red shorts, the American in the blue. And once again, the Lionhearts have to deal with a tricky southpaw, but John Joe Nevin puts the first combination down and the first points on the board.
Yep, straight away, Nevin on the front foot. It's going to be a clash of the front feet here, most certainly. Nevin just trying to get his foot on the outside of his opponent. That, remember, dictates the movement of the southpaw. Then he obviously will come out round to his left and walk onto that right hand, and that's what Nevin's trying to do there by getting his foot onto the outside. Positive opening start from Nevin.
With these boxers looking to make amends for defeats in their first matches of the 2013 series, the American lost to Matyenchuk of the Ukraine, and John Joe Nevin lost to Branimir Stankovic of the Italia Thunder. That was a very close match. We were both in the box then.
Yeah, it was close.
Weren't we, Richie?
Yeah, it was a close contest. He seemed to start very well, did Nevin. And then as the 5 rounds went into the 4th and 5th round, and he faded a little bit, and I think that was because he just wasn't too strong enough at the weight on that occasion. But here, this is a good opening round for Nevin. He's closing that gap well, finding the target with the right hand. He's just got to watch that he doesn't overreach and fall short with his attacks there, because as a southpaw, that's what Osau will be hoping for, bringing him onto the shots.
Well, past the halfway stage, 5 3-minute rounds. Oh, there's a great shot from Nevin. And he's got his timing spot on in this first round here, the Irishman.
Yeah, Sau's problem here is his hands are far, he's just got them up now, but they were far too low. And whether it's the opening round, he's just a little bit of a lapse in concentration, but this is super stuff from Nevin. His timing, as you said, Nick, spot on there, stepping into range, finding the target.
And he's doing some nice work, Richie, with that lead jab just to open up, to put that right through.
Yeah, against the southpaws. He gets caught with the right hook there. So as he's moving away, he's just got to watch that. He keeps his hands up a little bit higher, Nevin, just gets caught with the shot there. And as I was saying, with the jab, it's very, very important that you can create those openings for the right hand by just using that left jab. Just keeps the southpaw guessing a little bit.
Oh, good uppercut this time with the lead hand, and then the right gets through. Another good screw shot there as well from John Joe Nevin. Counting the 10 seconds down on this first round.
Don't push him, break.
There goes the bell for the first round, and what a great start for the Lionhearts. What a great start for John Joe Nevin.
Yeah, they'll be very pleased in that corner. That was a superb performance in the first round. His timing was spot on. Coming forward, trying to land that shot there, that right hand. That one didn't hit the target, but nevertheless, there's his guessing with the jab. There you see, just teeing him up and then throwing that right hand through. That was the perfect shot, wasn't it? Just stepped into range, perfect timing, bang on the button. Good round for Nevin.
Very good round for Nevin, and he takes that unanimously from all 3 judges. Good start for John Joe. And the French boxer for the USA Knockouts. Work to do. That pro record of 12 fights and no losses is maybe not looking as good as many thought before the start of this bout, but we saw Nevin start well in his last bout against Stankovic and then fade towards the end. Needs to pace himself through the 5 rounds, Richie.
Yeah, he does need to pace himself. But I think that the pace is actually suiting Nevin. I think he's setting the pace. And now, predictably, there's a change in tactic now and tempo from his opponent. He knows he's a round down, so he's on the front foot now, trying to score points. That may suit Nevin because he can bring him onto that straight right hand.
And there is that right again that has been the
point
score. Oh, lovely from Nevin. You're absolutely right, Richie. Nevin staying calm and cool, letting the American come to him and stopping in his tracks with that big right hand.
Yeah, that was a good punch, wasn't it? And very often a southpaw on the front foot coming forward, he's more open to that straight right hand, especially if he falls short with his own jab. That was a perfect example. Walks onto a good shot from Nevin. I was just going to say, Nick, what he's got to do now, Nevin, is maybe throw. Oh, he's caught him. Big right hand again. He was hurt there, Sau was definitely hurt. What Nevin's got to do now, Nick, apart from the right hand, he's doubled it up with the left hook. Right hand, left hook combination now.
Step back, step back. Oh, step back.
Oh, there's an air of caution about the American now. That definitely's hurt. All of a sudden, the tactic and the fight changes again. The American takes another good blow, but I agree with you, Richie. I'd like to see it backed up with a few more combinations, and you never know, Nevin could stop this one.
Well, Sau, I think he's more vulnerable as he's coming forward. His guard's not too good, and he's actually walking onto shots. What Nevin's doing there is counter-attacking. He's waiting, and then he thinks Sau's going to come forward, and he beats him to the punch with a fast right hand. But I do think Sau coming forward is easier to hit. His hands are down, and he could walk onto this big right hand, left hook combination.
Under a minute left in the second round. Nevin's confidence is high, but he mustn't get lazy, must keep that guard high. Got a lot of experience, the French boxer in the blue for the USA Knockouts.
Yeah, he's preferring to actually box on the back foot, as a lot of southpaws do, counter punches. But here now, Nevin caught his opponent, but Nevin's just allowed the pace just to drop a little bit. Yeah, needs to pick it up again, that's better. Clash of heads there, though, watch that.
Well, under 10 seconds now, but surely with those big punches at the beginning of this second round, John Joe Nevin will go 2 up. But interesting to see the American not give up there, Richie. He came back in the second half of that second round to keep his chances alive.
Well, he did. He came out, didn't he? And he changed the tactics, he changed the tempo, went on the front foot, walked onto a couple of cracking right hands. And Nevin, I thought, for the first half of this round, was totally in control. That was a super counter punch there as he's bringing him onto the shot. Second half of the round was different. And Sau started to come forward, started to land straight left hand there. That was okay. So it wasn't too bad towards the end of the round. I still think, though, that Nevin did enough to win it. Probably first 2 minutes of the round was Nevin's. And for me, he took the second round as well. Let's have a look. Yes, there you go.
So John Joe Nevin, 2 rounds up against Daouda Sau for the USA Knockouts. Well, of course, the boxers that come to the WSB with a professional record will have boxed more than 5 rounds, so I'm sure that the American in the blue shorts is not going to give this one up just yet, and Nevin needs to stay focused. A little more of what we saw in the first round to take this third and then coast for the 3-point win.
Yeah, I mean, what Sau's got to do, he's got to keep his guard up a little bit higher, and he's got to try and trigger Nevin off. Nevin himself, his strength is in his counter-punching. So he's counter-punching now on the front foot. He's waiting for his opponent to lead, and then he's going back at him. Sau's got to trigger him off and make him punch first, and then go back at him. It's a cat-and-mouse game, this one. seems to be the puncher that leads here, is most vulnerable to walk onto counters.
Step back, let's go. Step back, break.
Look at the feet as well. Look at how each boxer is trying to get the foot on the outside to hit and land those blows.
Don't hold, step back,
Yeah,
step back.
The vital ingredient here, though, Nick, is reactions. And for me, Nevin's reactions are a lot quicker than his opponent. He beats his opponent to the punch. He's faster with his counters. He's just one step ahead of him in terms of speed.
Okay?
Being so tall here, Sauer's got to work more with his jab. He's got the height, he's definitely got the reach, but he doesn't really use that. Should jab a lot more.
He's under a bit of pressure as well, Richie. He must win this round. Otherwise, Nevin goes 3 up in the 5 and can start to dictate the fight from there with a lot less pressure. Now, just over a minute left in this 3rd round.
What I like what Nevin also does, Nick, he's just pouring with that jab, and he'll just feint to the body now and again. He's looking to land the right hand, and there he is trying to bring him onto it. He'll just feint with his left hand to the body, and he's really looking to land that big right hand to the head.
Break. Break.
30 seconds left in the 3rd round. Now, this is important for those of you that were with us when the British Lionhearts beat the defending world WSB champions Italia Thunder. This was where it started to go slightly wrong for Nevin against Stankovic, Branimir Stankovic, who beat the Irishman 2-1.
Step back, let's go, step back.
Good finish needed for Nevin here to take this 3rd round. There he goes.
Well, a closer round, but again, I think Nevin did enough to win it. Not a lot in that round. I think actually Sam boxed a little bit better, but I don't think he did enough to win the round. It'll be interesting to see what the judges think. But for me, Nevin's got the 3rd as well.
That's amazing. If you are on Twitter, we want you to follow us.
Well, it is good. 2 of the 3 judges have John Joe Nevin ahead. So far, so good for the Irishman. I think that's a fair scoring.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. 2 judges went for Nevin in that round and 1 against, which is fair enough. I think Sau did have his moments in that round. It wasn't truly convincing from my point of view. But nevertheless, it will be interesting now. There's still 2 rounds left. We know that Nevin, he faded a little bit last time, didn't he, when he got beat at the Celtic Manor Hotel. So, yeah, let's see if he can just keep it going now and maintain it.
And, of course, the American in the blue shorts is going to be looking for the big punches now to try and stop this fight, as Nevin's earlier work has him clearly ahead.
And this is where the experience from Sau may come through now. Remember, he's 12-0 as a professional. And there'll be many 6 rounders in there that he will have completed. So he's used to going at least 6 rounds, so 5 will be no problem to him at all.
Once again, the counter punch for Nevin, effectively. The left hook, right on target. First minute is coming to its end, and Nevin still looking very confident.
Okay, break.
Timing of that counter punch has been spot on. Let's hope that he can keep it going. Yes, he's really still very sharp now.
Yep, it's going okay up to now for Nevin. Sau is not quick enough with that attack. His feet are slow. His back foot on the deck a lot of the time. His back heel rather. Got to get up on his toes and a bit more spring in his step. Gets caught with the right hand there. That's better for Nevin again, baiting him to the punch. I'm just amazed that Sau doesn't work more with his jab, Nick. I really am. He's long and he's lean. He should be using that shot a lot more and trying to control things, but he's not. And as he's coming forward, he brings his left leg round and he becomes square, and that's when his target area, he's full on. It's better from him though there.
That's the first good shot that we've seen from the American. But Richie, I have to agree, he's got a height advantage, he's got a reach advantage, but isn't really putting that to good use. No problems there, just a slip from the American.
And not only that, Nevin is relying a lot on his right hand, obviously, because he scored with that here tonight. But as Nevin's coming forward, look how low his left hand is. So he's open to a right hook himself, and Sao is failing to recognise that and bring him onto that shot.
Stop. Hold your shoulder. Okay.
40 seconds in the fourth round.
Hold your shoulder. Hold your shoulders. Come on. Hold your shoulders.
Clever boxing from Nevin. He's just waiting and waiting, isn't he? He knows he's ahead, so his opponent has got to really start to maybe force the issue here. But that's suiting Nevin. The pace is certainly suiting his style. And that's why he's more successful, especially with his backhand.
Again, feint with the left and lead jab, and the right hand doing all the work for John Joe Nevin. Another good round for the Irish boxer there.
Yeah, he's controlling things pace-wise, tempo. Again, not a fantastic round of boxing, but at the end of the day, I think he's done enough to win it. And for me, he's 4 rounds up now.
Well, in the Lionhearts corner, we've got Lee Pullen and Dave Alloway. Dave Alloway recently voted the AIBA International Coach of the Year.
Fantastic.
Not going to get much better advice than that, are you, Richie?
Not at all.
And there, once again, John Joe Nevin taking the 4th round.
Yeah, Dave Alloway, terrific coach. And so is Lee Pullen, obviously part of Team GB, very big part of Rob McCracken's team. Also, Paul Wormsley, Bob Dillon, very, very good coaches indeed, that contribute massively to the team. And that's why our lads are producing the goods. Barry McGuigan there, in the crowd, a keen follower of this competition. Nice to see him.
World featherweight champion watching on. I think Carl Frampton is sitting next to him there, the Commonwealth champion as well, watching the WSB and the British Lionhearts in action here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green at London. This is the 5th and final round, and 2 Olympic silver medalists battling it out. For the USA knockouts, it's Daouda Sow in the blue shorts, Olympic silver medalist from Beijing in 2008, up against the golden boy of Irish boxing, John Joe Nevin, who was the Olympic silver medalist in London 2012. Another good 1-2 combination from Nevin there, looking to take this 5th round as well.
Head up, head up.
What Nevin's doing also now, Nick, as Sow's coming forward, he's starting to target the left hook as well, which is not a bad shot to throw against the southpaw, especially as he's coming forward. The right hand's the real danger shot, but now he's bringing this left hook in as well. There it is there, look. Good stuff from Nevin.
It's exactly as you were asking from him in the 2nd round, a follow-up hook with that big right.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, good shot from the American there. That's the first big punch that Nevin's had to take for a while.
I think this is a good tactic from the British Lionhearts corner here. They've said to him, listen, your opponent's going to come now. Bring him onto the shots. He's going to have a last final round of trying to get you out there. And there you go. The pace has quickened.
Step back.
Wonderful work with the uppercut as well there from Nevin.
There's that left hook again. What a well-timed shot that was from Nevin.
Well, just over a minute left in the 5th and final round, and in this, the final, as it was in the first, the counter-punching from John Joe Nevin has been most impressive and will earn him the points, and surely a 2nd win for the Lionhearts here. Oh, there again. Caught him with the left hook beautifully.
Yeah, just caught his opponent there with the right hand as well. I think he's learned from the last time, hasn't he, when he just stepped off the gas in the last 2 rounds last time, and he caught up with him, but now he's expecting this, and he's trained a little bit harder, he's fitter, is Nevin, and he's expected this response in the last round.
No
and
holding, guys.
he's doing pretty well.
Step back, let's go, step back.
It's a great point that you made, Richie. He's learned from his first experiences in the WSB. He was absolutely heartbroken to have been beaten by Stankovic of the Dolce & Gabbana Italia Thunder, and he's not going to let that happen here against the USA Knockouts.
Hey, no wrestling. No wrestling, both of you, okay?
15 seconds left in the 5th and final round. Let's hope that John Joe Nevin can just give us a few nice combinations again for the crowd there.
Oh, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Right uppercut, left up combo.
Last seconds, come on.
Well-timed combination there from Nevin. Super performance, very good indeed.
Well, we got that down as a very tough bout indeed for the Irishman, John Joe Nevin, but he's come out and shown great skills and experience and electrifying counterpunch technique and style for John Joe Nevin. Surely to have taken yet another win for the British Lionhearts, who will go 2-up against the USA Knockout. Cheeky little wink to the camera there. He knows that he's happy with his work out there tonight, Richard.
Yeah, he's a very clever man indeed, the way he boxes, and you know, he's chose the right tactics here tonight. Brought his opponent onto shots, beaten him to the punch. He's counter-attacked on the odd occasion as well. So yeah, it's been a well thought out performance, and very, very impressed with him indeed, because on paper it was very tough indeed. There's 2 silver medalists from different Olympics, but nevertheless that shows the quality of his opponents as an amateur, getting to the Olympic final, winning that silver medal. But here, there's only one winner here tonight, a convincing winner in my opinion.
Well, let's go to Michael Pass for the decision on this lightweight bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 absorbing rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. Judges Lane and Johan score the contest 49-46, and Judge Roos sees the contest 50-45 for your winner by way of unanimous decision, representing British Lionhearts, John Joe Nevin. British Lionhearts now lead 2-0.
Well, a unanimous decision for John Joe Nevin. Absolutely delighted to have recorded his first win in the World Series of Boxing, and there's absolutely no reason why both of those boxers in the ring could be back for more Olympic glory in Rio in 2016. That's the beauty of this professional tournament, is that all of these boxers maintain their Olympic eligibility, even though this is a professional team tour. Let's go to Michael Pass, who's going to have a chat, I'm sure, with a very happy John Joe Nevin.
John Joe, after a fairly tentative first round, both of you showing each other a lot of respect with being Olympic silver medalists, it became a virtuoso performance in the end. You punched it well. Great punching from you, counter-punching.
Yeah, we knew he'd be difficult coming here at the start. You know, he didn't win a silver medal for nothing. He's 12-0, and you know, I got off to a bad start myself at the start of the year. Well, the end of last year, we put a lot of training in for this, and you know, hopefully we can build on there for the team and bring home another few wins.
Thank you very much indeed, John Joe. John Joe Nevin putting British Lionhearts into a 2-0 lead against the USA Knockouts.
Well, Richie, he said it himself. He didn't get off to the best of starts. We know why he was nervous. He had lost that fight to Stankovic of the Italian team, but it didn't take him long to settle and go about his business, and go about his business in good style.
That's right, and I think he was probably very disappointed in the Stankovic performance, because Stankovic, for me, wasn't the better boxer. It's a classic case of someone with more ability, but just ran out of gas a little bit, and it was probably obviously the 5 rounds the first time he did it. So, you know, that's over with now. I'm sure he'd want to try and get Stankovic back again, but tonight it was a perfect performance from him, very well thought out. He brought his opponent onto shots. It was a counter-punching display, and he's got a lot of skill. At the end of the day, boxing's about hitting your opponent and not getting hit yourself, Nick, and he does that very well indeed.
So the British Lionhearts go 2-0 up against the USA Knockouts. It's a perfect start for the British team, but coming up next, Richie, one of the mouth-watering fights of tonight's card, Andrew Selby up against Michael Conlon in the bantamweight division. These boys are very, very closely matched.
Yes, they boxed before in the World Championships, and I think it was Selby who beat his opponent here 25-24, so it couldn't have been closer. Yeah, this is the one that I've been looking forward to. I think everyone has. It's a very, very even, close contest, this one.
Michael Pass is in the ring, ready to call in this very exciting fight, and two boxers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the British Lionhearts now attempt to go into a 3-0 lead and try and reclaim second place in the group. This next contest is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the bantamweight division at 54 kilograms. Please welcome, hailing from Ireland, representing the USA Knockouts, Michael Conlon.
So Michael Conlon, Irish boxer, just 21 years of age, from Belfast, out of the St John Bosco Club, coached by his father. His brother, older brother's a pro, a real boxing family and tradition to the Conlons. And again, this is a young lad who lost in the semi-finals to Ramirez of Cuba, who went on to take the gold. And again, a boxer who's moved up in weight division as well. Richie, quite important to bring that into the mix as well.
Yes, indeed, but Michael Conlon has got a lot of talent. Again, he's one of in the Irish team, and they've got a very, very good team indeed. Has an AIBA world ranking of #3, so it shows you his quality. And again, he can box on the front foot, he can also box on the back foot. He's got a lot of talent. But this one should be the fight of the night, on paper anyway.
Yeah.
And hailing from Barry, Wales, representing the British Lionhearts, Andrew Selby.
Wow, this lad has been so impressive. He's starting to develop a massive fan base, not only in the UK but around the world. Andrew Selby has taken to the professional boxing ranks of the WSB like a duck to water. Absolutely no problems with both of his bouts against the Italians and the Germans. And they say he's getting faster and faster and even more confident as the season unfolds.
Yeah, there's always the question mark on whether, you know, a top amateur, how he's going to respond to 5 rounds. But Andrew Selby, for me, has probably been the star performer in the British Lionhearts team. Boxed superbly well. And on the both occasions that he has fought, I think he's been the best boxer of the tournament. So, again, he's boxing very well indeed. 5 rounds don't seem to be a problem to him. So this is a top-notch contest between these two.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the bantamweight division at 54 kilograms. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. Tonight, his proud WSB debut at last year's 2012 Olympic Games. Here in London, he captured a magnificent bronze medal. Hailing from Belfast, Northern Ireland, representing the USA Knockouts, Michael Conlon. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with white. His WSB record stands at 2 contests, 2 wins. At the 2011 World Games, he struck a silver medal, presenting from Wales and proudly representing the British Lionhearts, Andrew Selby. Referee in charge of the action, Mr. Roland Juhat from Hungary. 5 3-minute rounds.
So Richie, here we go. Selby, World Championship silver medalist from 2011, up against Conlon, boxing for the Americans here tonight. The Olympic bronze medalist. Both these boxers moving up from flyweight to the bantamweight division as they make their professional debut here on the WSB series. And this is a fight that we watch carefully, and it's a good start for Conlon in the blue, connecting with the first big right hand on Selby.
Yeah, both actually switching from southpaw to orthodox there. Both opponents. Conlon come out as an orthodox, come to southpaw, just gets caught there on the switch. He's got to watch that and look at Selby now boxing as a southpaw. He's probably the most natural switch hitter that I've seen for a long time for the British Lionhearts. Andrew Selby can box equally as well as an orthodox or southpaw boxer.
Well, he's out of the Splot Amateur Boxing Club from Barry in Wales. Pat Mahoney, one of the coaches that has done so much of the early work with Selby. And again, there's that speed that we were talking about right at the start of this bout from the British Lionhearts. Such a stylish and gifted boxer, Selby. A real crowd
Yeah,
pleaser.
that was fantastic timing there from Selby. Conlon just making mistakes here as he's coming forward, looking for the big shots, but he overreached and walked onto a super right hand. Left hook combination from Selby. And again, there's that right hook as the southpaw. And then he switches to orthodox again. Very skillful indeed, Selby. This is good stuff on the back foot.
It's making it difficult for Conlon to figure out which way he's going to either counter or come onto Selby here with his combinations. Tremendous.
His feet are too slow at the moment, Conlon. That's his problem. As he's walking forward, he's walking onto shots. And I'm sure that's what the corner will tell him. You've got to quicken your feet up and really try and close the gap down against Selby. Walking forward as slow as he is, he's walking onto punches.
Selby taking every part of this Olympic-sized ring here. And again, there's that switch from orthodox to southpaw, and it works very effectively on Conlon. A 1-2 combination there, which would not have missed the judge's eye. Trying to work with the hook and uppercut too. Better start surely from Selby, Richie.
Yeah, I thought Conlon came out with confidence in the first half a minute, but Selby's settled definitely better. Conlon's making mistakes as he's coming forward with slower shots, and slower movement with the feet is the problem. There you go, and he's walking onto punches. So Selby for me, up to now anyway, he's winning this. It's a lovely right hook again and a good body shot, Andrew Selby.
25 seconds left in this first round. Again, when he can't get through upstairs, the shots are effective downstairs from Selby in red. Oh, and there's another big right hand from Selby. Such fast combinations from the Welshman. 10 seconds left in this first round. Selby finishing very fast in this opener.
That was a super display of back foot boxing there from Andrew Selby in that round. Clearly won the round for me. His movement was far superior, and Michael Conlon has got to change his tactics here if he's going to have any success.
And the judges agree, Richie. Unanimous first round goes to Andrew Selby. Perhaps the only question from me to you here, Richie, can he keep this kind of pace up for 5 rounds?
Yes, he can. I mean, he's very fit indeed. He's Andrew Selby. He's been sparring very well. Gets caught with the odd shot here from Michael Conlon, but his movement was much, much better in that round, and he seemed to bring Conlon onto shots. Conlon was a little bit flat-footed, and he's looking for the big punch far too often. Should be settling down a little bit better, working behind his jab and setting things up. But here, I thought Selby, as the round went on, he got better and better. But expect a change now from Michael Conlon, because this fellow won't lie down.
And Conlon knows that he's 1 down already in the first of 5. Round 2, Conlon looking to come forwards on the front foot, looking to close down Selby this time in the second. Again, Selby, great footwork, combination punches and making angles, a little bit of dancing as well. Needs to be careful.
Yeah, bit of showboating there. He actually got caught with a terrific shot from Conlon, but just before that, Selby himself boxing very well again, bringing his opponent onto shots. But yeah, both lads here landing with some good punches, but again, Selby's movement is the much better. And it's probably the difference. He's hitting and he's moving, and Conlon would much prefer him just to stand and trade, but Selby's not having any of it.
Well, there isn't an inch on the canvas that Selby hasn't had his boots on in this bout so far. And he needs to keep that tactic going, keep moving around. He's also putting in some really good body shots as well to the Irish boxer in blue.
Just before, that's better from Conlon. Now he's starting to get to his man. This is good. Better from Conlon there. If Selby holds his feet, Nick, that's when he's going to bring Conlon back into the contest. He's got to hit him, he's got to keep moving. Conlon, on the other hand, has got to draw him into a toe-to-toe battle.
Good exchanges from both boxers. 1 minute in the second round here. Selby has won the first by unanimous decision and keeps applying the pressure in the last minute of the second here. Selby slowed down a little on the feet towards the end of this round.
Yeah, this is a closer round. This last half a minute or so could decide it. Who can put the combinations together? Who can land the better shots?
Oh, good shot there. Walking onto the left hook, Conlon. 20 seconds. Still on the clock here.
The better skills are definitely from Selby, but it's got to be accompanied with that movement with the feet. Conlon opting just to really stand toe-to-toe. Really wants to go to war here, Conlon, but Selby on the back foot.
Great work from both boxers. This was billed as one of the closest matches or bouts of the evening, and it's certainly proving to be just that. But for me, Selby takes that second round again, but he's got to maintain that footwork, as you rightly so, and 2-1.
Yeah, a closer round, and Selby just did enough to win it, but I think he's taken a lot out of himself these first 2 rounds, so it'll be interesting to see if he can keep it going. Better work from Conlon here, connecting at the start of the round there. That was a good shot. Selby showboating. Now and again his feet come square on the ropes. Selby there, he's more open, that's how he gets caught, and Conlon sticks to him, doesn't he? Closer round. A test, certainly, for Andrew Selby in terms of his fitness.
So, a little bit of pressure on Conlon here now. He knows that he wants to take this round, being the third of the 5. And one senses that the Irish boxer in the blue shorts, boxing for the USA Knockouts, is starting to figure out the best tactic to get the better of Selby here.
Well, what he's doing now, Conlon, he's cutting off the ring space a little bit better, and he's starting to get closer and closer. Selby has got to up the tempo a little bit and keep that movement going from side to side, bringing his opponent onto shots, but the movement's the key. Can he do it for 5 rounds? I think he can. I've seen it do it many times in sparring. He spars 6, 7, 8 rounds. That was a lovely combination. But in a contest situation, it's totally different. Smaller gloves, more intensity. Got to deal with the nerves beforehand. And that's where a little bit of tiredness can come in.
It's a fantastic work rate from both boxers.
Yeah, this is a terrific fight, isn't it? You'd pay real good money to see this kind of action in any professional arena.
41 Olympians from the London Games have signed for the WSB Season 3. That's 16% of the total boxers from those games. And these 2 Olympic boxers from both Wales and Ireland making the transfer to the pro ranks, really with great style. This is a superb matchup, and we've got 1:20 left on the clock in the 3rd round.
Occasionally, Selby just lapses in concentration and gets caught again with the right hand there. You know, he's switching too much now, is Andrew Selby. His feet are coming square, and that's bringing him onto that right hand from Conlon. So, Conlon again getting closer. The better combos are coming from Selby. But when his feet come square, when he's switching especially, he's open to that right hand.
Well, Michael Conlon making his debut here tonight. And Conlon showing that he's prepared to dig deep here and take this all the way to 5 rounds and keep about his business. This is a very, very Strong performance from Conlon, and is Selby tiring, Richie?
He's tiring a little bit, but he's boxing better now. He's boxing at range, and he's keeping Conlon at bay again. That was another good shot from Selby. Conlon has got to get up to Selby to have any form of success here. The movement again, last 30 or 40 seconds, might have just won this round for Selby, the way he's been boxing.
Conlon closing down the angles, closing down the ring. Again, big punches from both. Oh, and Conlon boxing the gloves on the chest. He knows that was his best yet.
Yeah, that was a close round indeed. Judges may have favoured this man in that round. That was a strong finish, last 10 seconds or so. No, gone for Selby. I thought the last 40 seconds or so he started to box well on the back foot. Conlon certainly caught the judges' eyes right at the end of the round, but the better boxing, they think, came from Selby. Some cracking stuff from both lads. Ford at a ferocious pace this contest. Gets caught with that right hand. That was a super punch from Conlon. Again, as a southpaw, Selby, and again there, just a lapse in concentration, just leaving himself open. Better combos are coming from Selby, but the more single shots, the eye-catching shots here and there are coming from Conlon. Great stuff.
Well, Lee Pullen clearly telling Selby to keep that tempo, to keep that tactical play up. Penultimate round here, fourth round, 3 minutes. Selby still 3 up against Conlon. Once again, the Irish boxer will be looking to try and stop this fight now in the last 2.
Very important now that Selby sticks to the game plan. Hit and move. Keep your distance against this man. That would have been the tactic coming from his coaches, the instructions. Don't get involved, don't hold your feet, punch and move. That's better.
A lot of support for both boxers in the crowd here.
Yeah, obviously Michael Conlon boxing for America tonight, but a true Irishman. And when you're boxing an Irishman, you're in for a hell of a punch-up.
A voice of
as
experience.
We say. I remember boxing Billy Walsh, captain of Ireland, England-Ireland, gave me a terrific fight.
And Andrew Selby is giving Michael Conlon a terrific fight here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green, London. But it is the speed and movement from Selby that has earned him the first 3 rounds of the 5. Covering up well, Selby.
Yeah, Conlon himself as well, probably just feeling the pace now. He's been on the front foot. He's given some good shots, and he's also taken some crackers from Selby, and that's a good punch again from Conlon. And I think he's just feeling the pace a little bit, as is Selby, but he's just managing to box at range a little bit better, Andrew Selby.
Well, the Irish boxer in blue at 21 years of age, Selby at 23. Both these boxers really can pick and choose where they go in their future years. I hope that both of them make a play for the World Amateur Championships in Almaty this coming October, and there's no reason why both these boxers can be not in action at Brazil, Rio, for the next Summer Olympic Games in 2016. Young, talented, and really showing off their skills tonight.
Yeah, tremendous stuff. I mean, they're showing great skills and their talent that they've got, but they've also both got a lot of heart. True grit in both of them, and they're both feeling the pace now. They've just got to hold their boxing together, especially Selby. Conlon keeps coming forward. Oh, lovely shot, Selby.
Conlon not going to let this go. He really has dug deep, and he's come back with combinations after Selby has thrown his best. As you said, Richie, true grit from both performers here. We've seen Calzaghe, we've seen Ben, we've seen Eubank, we've seen Lewis, and countless others have shed blood, sweat and tears at this East End institution, and there's two young rising stars making their name here tonight.
Yes, indeed. Selby takes that 4th round. This is a tough contest for him. But again, the better boxing skills were certainly from him in that 4th round. Conlon coming forward all the time, just doesn't know how to step backwards, does he, Michael Conlon? Coming forward, looking for that right hand. But he's walked onto too many himself here tonight. Selby keeping it at a distance. There, Conlon closing the gap down. Now trying to work on the inside, keeping Selby there. Terrific right hand from Conlon at the end of the round. Tremendous contest.
Well, good to see former world featherweight world champion Barry McGuigan casting his expert eye over proceedings here. You cannot help but be impressed by Andrew Selby, who's well on track to maintain his undefeated record in the World Series of Boxing for this season.
Well, anything can happen in this game, Nick, and he's got to hold his concentration together now. I think Conlon knows he's behind, and they would have said to him, you've got to stop this guy, you've got to knock him out, and he's really going for it now. So Selby's got to keep his wits about him. That was a super left-hand shot, as he tells the crowd by putting his arm up. But Conlon, he's not going to go away. Right till the end, he will be there.
Well, Andrew, take your time with the screams from many of his fans, friends and family in the crowd. And it would be nice to see Selby to work his way around that ring in this 5th and final round as he did in the 1st.
Oh, that was a super combination then from Selby. Just stuck out his left hand just to measure the distance and gap, and then got 3 or 4 shots off. Again, boxing at range. And Conlon, if his feet are slow, he's going to fall short and he's going to walk onto shots. He's got to quicken the feet up again to close the gap down.
Good body shots from Conlon, but he's covering up well, Selby.
Selby now and again just makes mistakes on the ropes. His feet come square. He takes the odd shot here and there. Now he should move. See, when he's on the ropes there, that's where he's vulnerable. And that's where Conlon has got a chance to land better punches downstairs.
Under 1 minute in the 5th and final round.
I think they're both in tremendous condition, these boxers, Conlon and Selby. You can see they train very, very hard. They couldn't have put this pace on. This is good stuff again from Selby. They couldn't have held this pace together, Nick, if they weren't tremendously fit and in good condition.
Oh, good 1-2 combination there from Selby.
Yeah, just a little bit more zip in the punches, isn't it, from Selby? Just quicker to the shot. I think Conlon is relying on his power and trying to land those big, especially the right hands. But this has been a classy display from Selby, but Conlon has certainly played his part.
World-class performance from both of these young professional boxers, living up to everything that we expected of this bantamweight bout here in this WSB competition, the British Lionhearts versus the USA Knockouts. What a magnificent performance from both boxers, but Selby with the speed of movement of the hands and that footwork around the ring coming out on top, Richie.
Yeah, it was a great display from Selby, and it was a real test of a physical test and a mental test, because he had to keep his boxing together. The corner will have told him, you've got to box at range against this guy, but you try and keep Michael Conlon off. Conlon's on the front foot, cutting down the corners, looking for the big shots, and he's got a fair degree of skill himself. He's not just a slugger, he's a good boxer. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. He's got a lot of class and quality. So this has been a terrific contest, one of the best I've seen in the WSB, to be quite honest with you, Nick. Tremendous stuff.
Well, what a debut for Michael Conlon of the USA Knockouts. It's a shame he's not boxing for the British Lionhearts, to be honest, but he's out there ploughing his trade with the American team, getting some very, very valuable experience. And even though I think that the Irish lad has been beaten by Selby, he's had a good initiation to the pro ranks tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't indeed, and I wouldn't mind him boxing for us. He's pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we render the result, would you please give your hands to both boxers who gave up their all. Here are the judges' score totals. Judges Justin Roos scored the contest 49-46, and Judge Lane scores the contest 50-45 for the winner by way of unanimous decision, representing British Lionhearts, taking them into an unassailable 3-0
Unanimous
lead.
decision for Andrew Selby. The British Lionhearts go 3-up with just 2 bouts to go. They maintain their unbeaten record here at home, and it's another spectacular, and I say spectacular, performance from the Welshman, Andrew Selby.
Andrew, superb footwork throughout the contest. We even had the Andrew Selby shuffle in the second round. It was truly world class. What's your take on it?
I thought, well, it was a very, very tough fight. So I fought before, and it could have went either way the last time. So it was just 1 point in between it. So I just had to try and win easy this time, but obviously it weren't easy. He kept on coming forward. And my game plan was just to keep moving around him and trying to catch him.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew Selby, ladies and gentlemen, putting the British Lionhearts into an unbeatable 3-0 lead.
Well, he's getting sharper with his interviews as well as his boxing, Richie. He's getting the hang of this WSB game, is Andrew Selby.
Yeah, he's been the star performer before this contest tonight, and again tonight I thought it was a classy display. He said he had to keep it at distance and at bay, but he was against a man who just would not go backwards, always on the front foot, and caught him with some great right hands, as we're seeing here. But it was a classy display from Selby on the back foot, and he managed to keep his distance. Gets caught with another one there. So yeah, but both boxers played their part, didn't they? Conlon himself boxed tremendously well coming forward. Just took too many, I thought, here and there. Made mistakes, especially in the opening rounds with the feet. Too slow with the feet and walking onto shots. As the contest went on, then he got closer and closer, and he certainly put Selby under a lot of pressure. But I thought it was a very classy display from Selby, and a ferocious pace. So all credit to everyone concerned in terms of the coaching and the training program they've had. But super stuff, great contest.
So far so good. 3-0 up in this home match for the British Lionhearts. Now, Richie, to bring you in again, we've got the light heavyweights and then the heavyweights. Joe Ward up first. And Joe Ward has a very impressive unbeaten track record, like Selby, 2 from 2. And looking forward to see him go up against Kalic, fighting for the USA knockouts.
Yeah, obviously, the British Lionhearts are very lucky to have an overseas boxer in Joe Ward from Ireland. Very, very classy indeed. Great counter puncher, and he's only a young lad as well, so a big, big future for him. I've been very impressed with Joe Ward. You know, he's a terrific talent. So yeah, looking forward to it, and Kalic will have his work cut out tonight.
So, light heavyweight, 85-kilogram division is next up here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green, London. Joe Ward, the 19-year-old for the British Lionhearts, goes up against the Croatian Marko Kalic for the USA knockouts.
Thank you, Sudi, for keeping the excitement maintained. We are now with our next contest, 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division at 85 kilograms. Would you please welcome, hailing from Croatia, representing USA knockouts, Marko Kalic.
So, 25-year-old Croatian, former national champion. He's boxed on the WSB for one of the Mumbai team, but has lost 3 from 3. clearly that will play to the advantage of the British boxer tonight.
Well, yes, some amateur boxers won't take to WSB over the 5 rounds, and he's one of those boxers that struggled a little bit to do the 5 rounds, so he's obviously still adjusting, and his training program will have to accommodate for the 5 rounds, and he struggled in his opening 3 contests. Let's hope he puts in a better performance tonight, although we want to be entertained, but he's a national champion in 2009, and I think he won a silver medal in his national competition in 2010 and 2011, so he's got a bit of quality about him. Just struggled to adapt to the 5 3-minute rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll the British Lionhearts to another victory. Presenting from Ireland and representing the British Lionhearts, Joe Ward.
Well, Richie, a real exciting talent, Joe Ward in the light heavyweight division. European champion in 2011, a former world junior champion in 2009. He's still a teenager, 19 years of age, and he goes from strength to strength as he gets bigger and bigger.
Tremendous talent, 19 years of age, and what he's won has been fantastic up to now. And here you have an example of an amateur boxer in this pro tournament that's taken to it like a duck to water. 2 opening contests, no problems over the 5-3s, so it's suiting him. Yeah, and this fella's got a big, big future. I've often said I admire boxers who avoid punches as well as obviously dish it out, and this is another example of that. He's a very skillful defensive boxer, but he's also good obviously attacking and scoring the points, so yeah, big future for this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division at 85 kilograms. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. Tonight is his 4th contest in the WSB. He comes to the ring as his country's national champion, presenting and hailing from Pula, Croatia, representing the USA knockout, Marko Kalic. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with white. His WSB record so far is an excellent one. 2 contests, 2 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to the ring this evening as the reigning European champion, proudly hailing from Ireland and representing the British Lionhearts, Joe Ward.
Well, Joe Ward's coach, Eddie Bulger, has done some fantastic work with this talented young Irish southpaw. French boxer Jean-Robert Lien is the referee for this light heavyweight. Now, Joe Ward, watch carefully, Richie. He's brimming with confidence. If you remember, GB versus Germany, TKO in the 5th round. The ref had no choice but to stop it. And that has done nothing but bolster Joe Ward's confidence. He's ready to take on anybody at the moment.
Yeah, he made it look like a sparring session, didn't he? He was very, very skillful indeed, and that's what that's what this tournament's about. It's about skill as well as power, and this fella's got a lot of skill, and he was very impressive in that contest, and at 19 years of age as well. Massive future, this guy.
He's got a big punch. He's a very, very powerful hitter, Joe Ward.
Keep your punch up. Good luck.
So, in a similar style to Andrew Selby, who just took the bantamweight division, Joe Ward looks to make it 3 from 3 in his first season in the professional team competition, the World Series of Boxing.
Stop. Box.
Just a slip from the Croatian. Boxing for the USA knockouts in the blue shorts. Joe Ward, this talented Irish teenager in the red for the British Lionhearts, looking to make it 4-0 in tonight's match.
What impresses me, Nick, about Ward, I mean, the way he's coming forward here, you watch him how he adjusts his feet. If Kalic starts to come forward, then he lays back very well, does Ward, but also he adjusts his feet, you see. There's always a gap between himself and his opponent, and that's talent and that's skill, the way he adapts and he adjusts those feet, and he brings his opponent onto the shot. But he's on the front foot now, but you watch, if Kalic comes forward, he moves back and brings him onto shot. Skill, look, skillful boxing.
Good to see such a big boxer light on his feet as well, able to make those angles. not afraid to keep moving on the canvas. Halfway through the first round, and Joe Ward settles nicely.
And what I like about Ward is the majority of southpaws will be if they counter-punch on the back foot, but he actually does it going forward, so he's counter-punches on the front foot, so he can do a bit of both, can Joe Ward. He's not just a sit on the back foot man and wait for an opponent to come forward. He'll actually go forward himself and force the issue and make his opponent come at him. And yeah, that's skillful, very skillful indeed.
Almost connecting with a big left hand there.
Oh, felt the wind off that one.
He's a seasoned campaigner, Kalic, and doesn't want to be shown a trick or two by this young rising star from the British Lionhearts. Good strong finish now needed by Joe to finish this first round, catch the eye of the judges.
Yeah, one of the problems Kalic has got, I've noticed straight away, Nick, his back heel, his right foot rooted to the floor. He's got to get up on his toes and got to be a little bit more mobile. If you're flat-footed, you're not going to move into the positions with speed to catch the opponent. He's obviously waiting now for Joe Ward to come forward, but Joe Ward, for me, is in control and he's won that opening round.
Yeah, some good exchanges there from Joe Ward, good combinations, and as you say, Richie, very impressive with the footwork.
Yeah, good stuff from Ward in that opening round. Not a spectacular round by no means, but still, he doesn't know anything about this opponent, so he's taken a look at him and he adjusted those feet, brought him onto shots, clearly won the round, and still probably in second, third gear, if that.
Well, Marko Kalic will definitely need to change up a gear if he's to threaten Joe Ward here, because with that first round out the way, Ward's confidence will grow.
Yeah, and it's difficult to actually work out now what Kalic should do here, because you've got to work with the tools that you've got. Can he go forward and close Ward down and put him under pressure? I don't think so, not with that, with the flat feet that he's got. He's got to quicken his footwork up a little bit. So, or can he act as a counter-puncher, trying to catch Ward after Ward's thrown his, launched his attack? It's going to be difficult. Has he got the ability to chop and change, Kalic?
Unanimous decision for Joe Ward of the British Lionhearts. 1 round up into round 2. 3 minutes, 5 rounds. British Lionhearts have won the 3 matches and looking good in this, the 4th. The heavyweights to finish the evening, with Joe Joyce going up against Avery Gibson, our last bout of the evening. It's a good start from Joe Ward, connecting with some good blows here. Southpaw in the red shorts.
What I think is important for Kalic here is he should stick to the centre of the ring a little bit more and try and hold his ground and not be pushed back. And you can do that with strong, aggressive boxing at range and trying to keep maybe Ward off balance. But if you watch the way Ward comes forward, he dictates and he just generally pushes his opponent back. And you'll see Kalic now and again go into corners, go onto the ropes. That's bad ring craft, and it's superior boxing from Ward. So Kalic's got to stay in the centre of the ring a little bit more.
And of course, it's one of the skills that Joe Ward brings from his amateur days, now raised boxing on this professional franchise team league here. But it's all about putting points, hitting the target, and not often the main concern from those pro-based boxers.
Stop. Time. Box. Stop again.
Did you say stop talking there? Little bit of success there from Kalic with that right hand. He was in pretty negative position on those ropes.
Good body shots, though, from Joe Ward in return.
Oh, I think he felt them and all. I'm just looking at the face of Kalic and just blowing a little bit. Those body shots maybe taking their toll.
Stop Balding, let him go. Let him go.
Seconds left on the clock in round 2 here. The first round has already gone to Joe Ward, and he's putting in some big shots to the body here, which has definitely slowed down Kalic. The Croatian boxing for the USA knockouts in that second round. And for me, once again, Joe Ward takes it.
Yeah, Ward won the round, and my fear for Kalic there, I just think that Ward sensed that he was hurting his opponent to the body. He just whips this left hand downstairs. Here we have a bit of action, and Ward on the attack here. Kalic trying to hold his ground, but here, there's that left uppercut downstairs from Ward, and again, and I think he knows that he caught Kalic with those shots. He's hurt his opponent, and towards the end of the round there, then he was really going for it. And Kalic breathing heavily, showing bad signs there to his opponent, and Ward definitely picked up on it.
Good tactical boxing from Joe Ward. A unanimous decision to take the second round, goes 2-0 up. Kalic now surely wondering what he can possibly do to stop this young Irish boxer for the British Lionhearts. Round 3. Good lead jab work there from Joe Ward.
Yeah, I think Kalic, you know, he's been told that he's behind here. He's got to change the tempo. Got to start doing things differently. Got to go through the gears a little bit more. But there's, look at Ward now, really boxing on the back foot here, just bringing him onto shots. So he's showing his variety. He can go forward, he can sit back. Skillful with his work, Joe Ward. And again, the pace is suiting Ward. He's dictating things. Kalic has got to change the tempo here, got to up the work rate a little bit. Failing to do it. And this may be just a matter of time before Ward starts hitting the target downstairs again.
So effective in the second round for Ward. Peppers that jab with the right, looking for that big left. There's those punches to the lower torso of Kalic. Well, best round for Kalic so far, but the point-scoring blows are definitely coming from the British Lionheart boxer in the red shorts. Oh, there's a good shot there from Ward.
Head up, head up.
He had a good start to the round from Kalic, but now it's gone back to a similar pattern, hasn't it? Ward starting to dictate a little bit more. And he's now looking to land the more heavier shots, bigger punches.
Stop holding back. Let him go. Let him go. Back, back, back.
Yeah, Kalic really feeling the pace here now. Not working on the inside at all. They're both not working, but Ward is forcing the issue, isn't he?
Oh, and it's only a matter of time before one of those big punches from Joe Ward start doing some serious damage to Marko Kalic, the Croatian boxing for the USA knockouts in the blue shorts. And again, Joe Ward putting in the best work here.
Well, Kalic now he's really tiring, so he's getting more ragged. And more opportunities presenting themselves now for Joe Ward.
Better combination there from Kalic.
Head up. Keep your head up.
Tough round for Kalic. In my opinion, I thought he was really struggling there. He had a good little flurry at the end, but not a lot else. Ward, on the other hand, forcing the issue, looking for the bigger shots. I think he's hurt his opponent a couple of times. Looking for the body shots here. Kalic is really breathing heavily. Better end to the round for Kalic, but I think Ward won it.
You're absolutely right, Richie. Round 3 in this 10-point score system, 10-9 again, a unanimous decision. And Joe Ward looking very good here at maintaining his unbeaten track record in the World Series of Boxing Season 3 for 2013. But we'd like to just see a few more skills from Ward here now into the 4th round, penultimate round. And once again,
Keep your head up.
Ward needs to show us some of that light footwork, which is so impressive for such a big man and boxer.
Yeah, well, Ward now, the way he's coming forward, oh, that was a good body shot again from Ward there. He's starting to come forward. I think he really fancies trying to stop this opponent. So now, a little bit of a change in tactic in the way he's coming forward, a little bit more head movement now, so that makes him a harder target to hit. And he's going to try and hit off that movement with the heavier shots. That's why you see that head movement from Ward as he's coming forward.
Well, he's got the taste for technical knockouts. He demonstrated that beautifully when the British Lionhearts took on Germany at Earl's Court. And the referee had no choice but to stop that bout in the 5th round. Satullah Abdullahi was the opponent for Joe Ward, who he got the better of so comfortably. And it was a similar situation to this, Richie, with Mark Kalic starting to tire in the 4th and 5th round. And it's as if Ward can sense that his opponent is struggling, and in he goes for the kill. Yeah,
indeed. And I think you should start concentrating on those body shots again, Joe Ward. Certainly in the 2nd and 3rd round, that was a better shot from Kalic. 2nd and 3rd round, then Ward really started to work well to the body. That seemed to slow Kalic up a little bit. Maybe he needs to start trying that again.
USA, head up. Stop. Head up. Last time.
I remember Ward, well, both boxers here will have come up from 81 kilos, don't they? I mean, Ward's only a light heavy, really, at 81. This is 85 kilo. So he is a very impressive 81 kg man. That's his natural weight, a light heavy. In the amateurs, of course.
.30 seconds left here in round 4. Ward needs to just show the judges that he's still sharp, still in good physical shape. Kalic is the boxer that looks the more tired of the two, with just 1 3-minute round to follow this. 10 seconds left on the clock, I should say, as Joe Ward looks to finish the round strong. Oh, looking for the big punch there.
Well, a good end to the round for Ward, and he won it, but he's probably guilty of looking for the big shot too often in that round. And there the judges echo what we're thinking, that he's winning quite comfortably. But I think in that round there, he probably looks for that big shot probably a little bit too often. So was loading up a little bit. Needs to relax probably a little bit more, let it flow.
Well, Marko Kalic looking very tired, with 1 3-minute round left to go for the Croatian. Really breathing very heavily in the knockouts corner. British Lionhearts are 3-0 up, and Joe Ward is about to make it 4, surely, Richie.
Oh yeah, I would think so. Just got to watch he doesn't walk onto one, but it's very unlikely. But never say never in boxing.
A few more of those big shots to the body, and let's see if Joe Ward can stop this fight like he did in his last bout against the German Abdullahi. Oh, big shots coming in this time. Good work, he's got him in the corner.
Let him go.
Yeah, needs to just get back to his boxing a little bit more, looking for those big, heavier shots again. Ward, he's fully in control and in command here. He just needs to show us those boxing skills also. That's better. Look, counter punching, better stuff. I'd just like to see a little bit more work with his lead hand, maybe. He's looking for that big body shot again with that left. And Kalic now, it's a survival mission.
Well, Joe Ward, a European champion and a World Junior champion, continues his impressive learning curve in the World Series of Boxing. This professional team competition has really given many British boxers a wonderful opportunity to box more rounds, some of them to move up a weight, off with the head guards and the vests. And as we've been saying throughout the evening, Richie, not only are they enjoying it, they're starting to look very professional at it as well.
Yeah, indeed, they've responded really well, the British Lionhearts. Super body shot again from Ward, really going for it now. Kalic, he's in trouble here. Been hurt a couple of times, tries to cover up, tries to block those body shots, if anything. They're the ones that are really hurting, and he's struggling with those shots, the body shots.
It's a good finish with just 1 minute left on the clock in the 5th round here. Joe Ward started this bout supremely confidently, and he's ending it in exactly the same way. A lot of those punches have gone thundering into the defense of the Croatian, but some of those body shots have really done some damage. He's got to hold his form here now towards the end of this 5th round. 30 seconds there again. Good combinations from the young Irish boxer.
Yeah, just a switch of attack there, wasn't it? Downstairs, and then he switched and ended the combination with a hook to the head. And Kalic now desperately tired.
Stop.
Just running down the clock. He's done well to survive it, to be quite honest. He's been hurt several times here. And Ward, a good performance from him.
There goes the bell, another win for the British Lionhearts. Well, they went to California right at the beginning of the season and beat the USA knockouts. They were confident coming in to this home match, but they've been very impressive. And Joe Ward, once again, maintains his unbeaten record on the World Series of Boxing, now 3-0.
Yeah, good performance from Joe Ward. And he's showing that he has no trouble at all doing 5 rounds. 3 contests now in this competition, and has never really looked in trouble at all. So yeah, very impressed with him. And as I said, an 81 kg boxer really, up at 85, not bad at all.
Well, Marko Kalic, brave attempt. He knew what he was up against. And Joe Ward has given another win for the British Lionhearts, surely. Let's go to ringside, and Michael Pass with the decision of this light heavyweight bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 3-minute rounds of boxing, here are the judges' score totals. All 3 judges are in full agreement with the same scoreline, 50-45 for the winner by way of unanimous decision. Representing British Lionhearts, Joe Ward. Your appreciation, please,
Joe
for
Ward.
Marko Kalic.
And unbeaten in the 2013 season, this youngster goes from strength to strength. What a talent Ireland has got on their hands here with this teenager. He's 19 years of age, and it's another win for the British Lionhearts.
Joe, you never seemed in trouble whatsoever through that 5 rounds. How did you see it?
Yeah, he was a very awkward opponent. He's a big, tall, rangy boxer, but yeah, it was difficult a bit. I didn't perform to my best, but I got the win at the end of the day. That's all that matters.
Well, we've got the Kazakhstanis next up on February the 7th, and it's important we show that we're formidable at home. 4-0 lead now. Thank you, Joe Ward.
Well, very interesting words there from the youngster from Ireland. He wasn't that impressed with his own performance.
No, he probably felt that he could actually go one step better and stop his opponent. That's why I think there was several occasions working downstairs there. He hurt his opponent and probably he's a bit disappointed he never finished him off. But I thought it was a good performance from Joe Ward. As Michael Pass said in the ring there, he was never really in trouble over 5 3-minute rounds. And I think he showed a good display of boxing on the front foot as a counter-punch and also on the back foot. So I think there was a little bit of everything there from Joe Ward's performance. And yeah, OK, he's a perfectionist and he wanted the stoppage win. Wasn't to be, but nevertheless, he's won 3 out of 3 now in this competition, and you can't grumble at that, can you, Nick, at the end of the day?
So 4-0, and Arrow, Nevin, Selby, and now Ward put down very impressive performances to maintain what could well be a 5-0 clean sweep for the British Lionhearts here at London's York Hall in Bethnal Green. Well, the last bout of the evening, Joe Joyce, the British heavyweight, 27 years of age, up against the American Avery Gibson from California. And here's another boxer that's enjoying a lot of success on the WSB, young Joe Joyce this season.
He certainly has. Had some great spars with Fraser Clark and Anthony Joshua on the podium squad. And I think Joe Joyce is going from strength to strength.
Top man, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Lee Selby.
Thank you, DJ Spoonie, for your excellent evening's work. We are now in the heavyweight division at 91 kilos, 5 3-minute rounds. Please welcome, hailing from Los Angeles, California, representing the USA Knockouts, Avery Gibson.
Well, Avery Gibson's already lost to a British Lionheart in the first match of the 2013 season. He lost to Yuan Farr 3-0, a unanimous win. So looking to put the record straight here, brings a lot of pro experience with him, and the Californian obviously come here to the York Hall tonight to try and set the record straight for that season opener, Richie.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, Gibson was beaten by, we call him Junior Farr, actually. Junior, who's come from Tonga, boxing for the British Lionhearts. And obviously, Junior Farr has been doing a lot of sparring with Joe Joyce also. So Joe will know what to expect here from Gibson. But this is the super heavyweight division, Nick, and anything can happen in more than any other division. One punch can change things here. So Joe Joyce has got a box to instruction, keep the guard up, and let's see how it goes.
And so, people of London, entering the building, hailing from Putney, representing the British Lionhearts, Joe Joyce.
Well, what a great story Joe Joyce brings to the British Lionhearts, a late starter. Only took up boxing in his early 20s, but he's never looked back since, fair to say. Twice the national champion of 2011 and of 2012. Only won his first international tournament in 2012 last year. But again, another rising star from the British Lionhearts, who's had a fantastic start. A TKO in his first ever WSB bout against the Italian Matteo Modugno, and also a good win over Philipp Gruner against Germany in week 2 of the contest.
Yeah, he's brimming with confidence, is Joe Joyce. He's been brought into the podium squad now, and he's training full-time with the GB boxers up there in Sheffield. And again, taking it to like a duck to water. He listens, he learns, he's enthusiastic, he's a pleasure to train. and his strength is actually, for a super heavyweight, is in his work rate. Very, very fit, this lad.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your last contest of the evening. 5 3-minute rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division at 91 kilos plus. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue colour shorts trimmed with white. He comes to the ring this evening from the professional ranks, having had 4 contests. Tonight is his 2nd contest in the World Series of Boxing, presenting from Los Angeles, California, representing the USA Knockout, Avery Gibson. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with white. His WSB record is an outstanding one. 2 contests, 2 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to the ring this evening as the current Great British Champion, presenting from Putney, representing the British Lionhearts, Joe Joyce. Referee in charge of the action, Jean-Robert Lane from France. 5 3-minute rounds.
So, Joe Joyce, favourite to make it a clean sweep for the British Lionhearts here. Already 4-0 up. The match is won, but Joe Joyce wants to maintain his unbeaten record here in WSB. And Avery Gibson, a wily and experienced pro boxer from Los Angeles, California. Joe Joyce, definitely the new kid on the block, but as our expert and former super middleweight world champion himself, Richie Woodall, has pointed out, the fitness level of Joe Joyce is what makes him favourite to make it 5-0 for the Lionhearts tonight. Well, both boxers getting right down to work here.
Yeah, you can see that Joe Joyce doesn't want to be the only loser here for the British Lionhearts tonight, setting that terrific pace that we know he can. Very fit lad indeed. Just wants to box with a little bit more caution behind his jab. Take a look at his opponent. What Gibson will be probably looking for is that right hand over the top. So Joyce has just got to watch himself in these opening stages. Just try and keep it long and box at distance. Yeah, keep the work rate going, but just with a little bit of caution.
He's got a good counter punch, Avery Gibson. And it's a good point made, Richie. Just needs to take advantage of his height and reach advantage, the Lionheart in the red shorts.
Jab is the most important shot in these early stages here for Joyce, just to measure the gap, and that's it, keep his man off balance. But at the same time, he's got to be accurate with it. If he isn't, then Gibson will try and whip one over, right hand over the top. But this is a good, positive start from Joyce. He's setting the pace, high tempo, good stuff from Joyce in the opening stages.
Jab working very well, and he's putting the jab through the guard of the American and to the body as well. These are good combinations, and they're all starting to take its toll on Gibson's performance in this first round with still a minute on the clock.
There's that right hand that he's got to watch out for, as Joyce. But what's surprising Gibson here more than anything is the work rate, the start from Joyce. He's probably not experienced this from a super heavyweight before, and he's certainly rabbit in the headlights slightly. Good start from Joyce, and Gibson just can't cope with the work rate from his opponent.
And moving well, Gibson, but it's not enough. Joyce's work rate here is, as you quite rightly say, Richie, is just catching the American off guard. So often we see the big men take their time in the first round to get into the pace of things. We're not seeing that from Joe Joyce, showing wonderful physique, speed, and a very fast jab to open up Gibson to come in with the right hand. Oh, there's a good shot from the American.
Well, that for me was a good first round from Joe Joyce. Just got caught with a little left hook towards the end of the round, and I'm pleased in the way that he got caught with that, because that was like a little reminder that he's just got to watch what he's doing. But nevertheless, the tempo he set, the work rate, far superior to his opponent. His opponent couldn't cope. He was punching to the head here, straight shots, then he was switching downstairs. I thought it was a very good display, a very encouraging, positive display from Joe Joyce there, working at range, switching downstairs, look with the combinations, and then getting the guard up as his opponent replies. Good start, good first round, Joe Joyce.
And the judges all agree with you there, Richie. Unanimous. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9 for Joe Joyce, comfortably ahead of the American in the first round. An excellent start for the British Lionhearts.
What the American corner may be saying to their man at the start of this round, Nick, is he won't be able to keep this pace going. Don't worry about it, he will slow down. But trust me, he can keep it going. He's one of the fittest super heavies we've had in the GB squad for a long time, along with obviously Anthony Joshua, who's on another level to most of his opponents. But Joe Joyce himself, very, very fit, trains very hard indeed. And what you're seeing tonight, we see all the time in the gym in terms of the tempo that he's setting and the work rate. Very good indeed.
Well, Richie, I know you're up in Sheffield at the National Training Centre for British Boxing, and often on the pads with these guys, but as you quite rightly say, it is the work rate that Joe Joyce is demonstrating at this point in the bout that is most impressive, and it's certainly keeping the American at bay, who's got a lot of experience. He's been around the block many times at Avery Gibson, heading for his 31st birthday.
Well, Gibson is showing that he's got a little bit of bottle here, which is good. He's taking a lot of shots, but he's starting to come back now and trying to catch Joyce with these shots over the top with the left hand and the right hand over the top also. So, yeah, good response there from Gibson.
It's exactly the learning curve and exactly the type of opponent that Joe Joyce and the coaches of the British Lionhearts were hoping for. This will be no easy ride for the boxer out of the Earlsfield ABC.
Gibson's starting to get caught with shots, but still he's looking for that right hand over the top, and there it was again. So that's what his corner have told him, target that shot. It's up to him now. It's going to be a real test for him, because he's taking punch after punch, but he's still coming back, and he's looking for the one single shot to maybe end the contest, that right hand over the top.
Just keep putting that jab out, Joe.
Got to be accurate with it though, Nick. Can't afford to fall short. See Gibson, look, there it is again. That's the danger shot. Oh, lovely, that's better, Joe Joyce. You see, what Gibson's relying on here is if Joyce falls short with the jab, he's coming forward and then he swings the right hand and he tries to catch him as he's coming forward. He's hoping for an inaccurate jab, but it's not happening. This is better from Joyce.
And Joyce giving a bit of his own medicine with a couple of right hands over the top himself there as well. And just as we thought Joe Joyce was getting under a little bit of a pressure, well, he retaliated well, stayed calm, and put together some very strong combinations towards the end of that second round.
Another good round for Joyce. I thought he won the round, but Joyce himself, Gibson himself, landed with the odd shot. There's that right hand over the top. Joyce comes back with his own work. Straighter shots are from Joe Joyce. The swinging shot, the right hand over the top, comes from Gibson. But here, keeps his man on the ropes there. That was a great sustained attack from Joyce.
2 rounds to 0. Joe Joyce, so far so good. The clean sweep for the British Lionhearts is looking good here, but it's he's got to be careful, Joe Joyce. This is a wily competitor here, Avery Gibson, and he's got a repertoire that could just knock Joe off his game if he's not careful going into this third round. This is the key round for Joyce to put himself into the comfort zone. This is the key round for the American in the blue shorts, Avery Gibson, to try and get back into this final bout of the evening here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green, London.
We look at Joyce, you don't see many super heavyweights up on their toes, bouncing around. He's got good fitness. But this may be a test of his concentration here. There's that overhand right from Gibson. It's a hopeful shot, but if he's coming forward, Joyce, and he's slow with that jab and doesn't get that left hand back to the on-guard position, there's always a chance he could walk onto the shot. So it's a case of 100% concentration level here. Can't afford to get sloppy, Nick.
Not at all. It's exactly what he needs to learn. It's a sharp learning curve for Joe Joyce. But, as we said at the beginning of this bout, comes into his third fight of the WSB Series 3 and is undefeated. Oh, there's a good shot there. Good counter punch from Joyce. And leads on to some nice combination work.
Took shots to the body and the head there, Gibson. He's a bit of a tough nut, this American. Took a couple of hard shots there.
Starting to tire now in this third round, Avery Gibson. One or two of the shots from the Americans with a little bit of hope attached to them rather than accuracy.
See, Joyce works better at long range, Nick. Where he's vulnerable is when he comes in more into mid-range to land the heavier shots. He should box more at long range, but obviously when he's caught his opponent with a good shot, he naturally moves into a mid-range position, but that's where he's a little bit vulnerable. The guard's got to be up. He needs to probably have a little bit more head movement as he's moving forward into that position. But
beautiful. 2, 3 wonderful uppercuts from Joe Joyce, and the American's hurt here and in trouble. Well, you said it, Richie. This Californian can take a big punch, no question there. Ten seconds left on the clock in this third round of 5, and Joe Joyce with 2 or 3 stinging uppercuts to surely give him the third round as well as the first 2. But this American will take this all the way, no question. The American gives the acknowledgement there to Joe Joyce that that was an impressive third round from the British Lionheart.
Yeah, tremendous stuff from Joyce. I've actually taken him on the pads many times, and I've always been impressed with his work rate. He just keeps coming, he really does. And I like the way he just started to relax in that last 20 or 30 seconds there. He dropped his hands at one point just to have a little shake off, just to relax a little bit more. Just coming forward, relentless pressure from Joyce. He actually blocked that left hook there as he's coming forward and blocked another one and caught his opponent coming in. But when he works at range, Joe Joyce, very impressive indeed. There he moves in. That was the best shot of the round, that right uppercut. That hurt his opponent, and then he sustains the attack by keeping him on the ropes. Some good stuff here from a different angle. There he is there, the right uppercut, and then he pushes him back to the ropes. Right hand there, just wasn't too far away.
Credit where it's due. Gibson did well to come back from those punches.
Yeah, he's a hard man, Gibson.
In control, Joe Joyce, 4th round. And just needs to keep it up. Needs a little bit of that Anthony Joshua style, his sparring partner, and of course Britain's Olympic gold medalist, who has that straight punch combination so beautifully timed and dialed.
Yeah, well with Joe Joyce, we're working on just relaxing him a little bit more, but this is an impressive display up to now, boxing very well. Just has to relax here and there. As Joyce, he stiffens up occasionally. But nevertheless, up on his toes, looking fit, looking the part. And that's demoralising for the opponent, as he just keeps coming forward, setting the pace. And again, another impressive display so far from Joe Joyce in this round.
2 minutes left of the 3. in this penultimate round, and Joe Joyce still peppering that jab, still showing the American that he's as sharp in this fourth as he was in the first.
Yeah, Gibson hands down, he's trying to draw Joyce in there, he's looking for the right hand over the top. He's just trying to draw him in, there it is there, looking nearly through it. There you go. Yeah, there it was there, you could see it a mile away.
Almost there, big right hand over the top, but Joyce has learned how to deal with those. And now the American has to take a little bit of the British Lionhearts attack.
Blocking these left hooks very well is Joyce. What he needs to start doing now, Nick, is landing more left jabs. His jab's gone to sleep.
Hook again.
Right uppercut on the inside.
Beautiful uppercut. And it was that uppercut that did the damage in the third, and it's doing the same in the fourth. Good work from Joe Joyce. Americans trying to draw him in here.
That's it, work with the jab. There you go. That's what he's got to do, to create the openings. And there, sets himself up with the right hand.
Oh, Gibson's in the corner now. And does well to punch his way out of that tight situation.
Head up, head up.
See what Gibson's done very cleverly in this round, Nick. He slowed things down by dropping the hands, showboating a little bit. He's just trying to work, run the clock down. He's tiring. Joyce has got to recognise that, got to keep to his work rate, his tempo. That's better with the jab. There you go.
Once again, jab looking to create the opening for Joe Joyce. Good finish to the round. Surely now, Joe Joyce has done enough, not only to win his third successive WSB bout, but also to give the British Lionhearts a clean sweep. And isn't that right uppercut such a lovely shot from Joyce?
Punch. That was a super shot here from a different angle. Great punch there from Joe Joyce. Showed good variety in this contest. He's straight punching and then that right uppercut also on the inside. Just a case of now holding the concentration. Won every round from every judge. Good display up to now. Just got to finish off.
That is going to be a special night of WSB boxing. Don't forget to send your tweets to us at Brit_Lionhearts. One more time, I want to say good luck.
Still listening as well. Taking in the information from Lee Pullen and Dave Alloway, two Lionheart coaches in the corner for Joe Joyce. Comfortably winning all 4 of the rounds. This is the 5th and final. And this final round for Joyce to give the British Lionhearts a 5-0 clean sweep against the USA Knockouts here in London tonight. Oh, a couple of good counter punches from Avery Gibson. Looking for the big one to try and finish Joe Joyce, if at all possible, in this 5th round.
Well, Joyce can only lose this contest now through a lack of concentration. Oh, good shots here from Joyce.
And to the body as well, Richie.
Yeah. But when he's in those positions, that's when Gibson can throw a lucky shot. And there was one there, look. Another good right uppercut from Joyce. Just got to keep that guard nice and tight as he's moving into that position to try and finish his opponent off. Just got to keep his wits about him. Look, gets caught there, look, you see, with a silly shot. But nevertheless, now Gibson is struggling now. It's really getting to him now, the pace, and he's been hurt a couple of times in this round.
Sticks to the tactical plan. Oh, another good shot there with the left from Joe Joyce. He's a London lad through and through. Lives in Putney, boxes out of Ersfield. There's plenty come to support him tonight, and he's not disappointed.
I'll tell you what, Nick, this Gibson's earned his money tonight. Oh, he's had a tough night's work, this fella. Again, what a great block that is from Joyce. Just a simple block to the left hook. Keeping that right hand nice and high and just blocks it with the elbow. Just wants to put the icing on the cake here, which is Joe Joyce. Really wants the finishing style, the work rate he's kept up right to the very end.
There's under a minute now in this 5th and final round. And Joe Joyce's performance here sums up the performance of all the British Lionhearts here tonight at the York Hall. They have been sensational. Fair to say their next home match against Kazakhstan will be their toughest. But if they can bring this kind of form to the York Hall on February the 7th, who knows, they could go top of their group.
Look at the fitness of Joyce, up on his toes. Gibson struggling now. You have to give him credit because I didn't think he would last at this pace that Joyce has set, but he's still in there, the American, but a great end to the round from Joyce. Work rate superb, and Gibson having a little go now. Fair play to him.
Oh, well, Joe Joyce has held his form, hold his game plan. Excellent work from both boxers, but Joe Joyce, once again, far too superior for his opponents and maintains that impressive unbeaten record. Joe Joyce goes from strength to strength in this WSB series for 2013, and it's a clean sweep for the British Lionhearts. Fantastic performance for the London boxer.
Yep, good display. I don't think there'll be many super heavyweights throw that many punches over 5 rounds, Nick. Very impressive indeed in terms of his work rate, but I think it was a good performance from him. Mainly boxing at range on that front foot. Straight punches were superb, but also showed a bit of variety on the inside there with that right uppercut especially. And he's still bouncing now, look, extremely fit, really enjoying it. Good performance. Joe Joyce trains very, very hard, as you can see from his physique. And when you train hard, you box easy, as they say. And he's won easily tonight.
Classic, absolute classic. Well done, Joe Joyce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 3-minute rounds of boxing, here are the judges' score totals. All 3 judges in full agreement by the same scores of 50 to 45 for the winner by way of unanimous decision. Representing British Lionhearts and making the contest a 5-0 whitewash, London's very own Joe Joyce. The appreciation, please, for the USA Knockouts, Avery Gibson.
Well, you talk about fitness and agility of a heavyweight boxer. I don't know many heavyweight pros that can do a backflip like that, Richie.
I taught him that, Nick. Yeah, tremendous.
Let's see what Joe's got to say about that performance with Michael Pass in the ring.
Joe, just a couple of questions before we go. Your supporters have stayed behind for your contest. We do appreciate that. A great whitewash victory, a great victory for yourself. When you kept him within range, you got the uppercut, weren't it working well? His only offensive weapon seemed this big overhand right. What do you think?
Yeah, I was careful not to be hit by it. Couldn't really get my guard up. It's once again, it's a good experience. Another opponent, another good opponent, and thanks for all you guys coming out there to support me. Guys and girls.
Thank you, Joe. I think that result takes us back into 2nd place, as DJ Spoonie's been stating all night. We're back here at the York Hall Thursday, the 7th of February, against the league leaders. We need to reverse the defeat we had in Kazakhstan when we lost 5-0, but we're showing we're dominant at home. Don't forget the next visit, Astana, Arlans, Kazakhstan, 7th of February. The league leaders should be a tremendous evening. Thank you.
Well, let's just take another look at the recap of this very impressive performance. He said it himself, he was really chuffed with the way that he was able to block that big over-the-top right from the American. He felt that was a key part of his repertoire to win this heavyweight competition.
Yeah, I think it was a test of his concentration, wasn't it? He knew that that was a major weapon that his opponent had. He blocked it on several occasions. He got caught here and there, though, with it. That one there wasn't too far away. But I was impressed as well the way he blocked the left hook, especially because it wasn't just the right hand. It was the left hook also that was dangerous from Gibson. But the work rate from Joe Joyce, that was a good block there, look. The work rate from Joe Joyce was superb. It really was. For a super heavyweight to set the pace he did, they didn't expect that pace for over the 5 rounds. And there was the variation there with that right uppercut. Super punch, here it is there. That was one of the best punches of this contest. And I think it was, this lad is improving with every contest. He's growing in confidence and has a big, bright future, Joe Joyce. And, you know, there's Anthony Joshua. We don't know what Anthony Joshua is going to do. We hope he stays amateur, but you never know. But Joe Joyce, he's learning and he's improving.
So here's the confirmation of the British Lionhearts clean sweep, and they maintain their unbeaten record when boxing at home. Wins for Arrow, Nevin, Selby, Ward and Joe Joyce in what has been an emphatic victory for the British Lionhearts here at the York Hall. The British Lionhearts move up to 2nd position in the Group B standings. They will face that team that is at #1 in the standings. February the 7th, the British Lionhearts will go up against the Astana Arlans of Kazakhstan, who beat them away. The million-dollar question, can we beat them at home? February the 7th will be the date, and the York Hall will be the venue. Richie, last line from you to say good night. A very impressive performance, but we've got to do it again on February the 7th to go top of the table.
Kazakhstan will be a totally different kettle of fish. It will be very hard indeed, but I think we can do it. We've got the quality. We've performed